Okay, so we are on to part 6, and part 6 I've used the colour Leuk. In fact, I would like to have used Bradar, but I'm kind of rapidly running out of all the colours that I have been using so far. So I'm not going to show you how to do this because it's so simple. It would be insulting, wouldn't it, to show you how to do it. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working I'm just trying to get my head around how to explain. We're going to be working 2 times 3 trebles together between our 3 trebles together from part number 4. Okay, so there are 3 spaces. So basically we're going to be working into 9 spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and we're going to be working. So of course we'll start with a chain 4, which is equal to 1 treble. So we're going to do 2, and we're not going to do any chain 1s in between these stitches. Okay, we're just going to keep them nice and kind of cuddled up together like that. So it's going to look like that. Okay, and then where you're going to attach your first one is you're going to skip to your second. So here we had a double crochet front post there and there, but now we're ignoring that one because we've kind of worked those stitches already. So now we're going to count, this one is the first one, this one is the second one. So you're just going to slip stitch just past your double, so basically into that that back post stitch, that double crochet back post stitch. You're just going to slip stitch in there because we're going to be working over the stitches, so you won't see the join. And then the same story on this side. Okay, there's our original double crochet front post, second and the third, but we're just ignoring those because we've worked those stitches. So this becomes the first one, that's the second one, and you're just working a slip stitch into the top of the double crochet back post, really right after that one. Okay, and then you're going to be working a chain 2 in between your sets of 6 3 times double crochets together, so like that. So you're going to be working chain 2, chain 2, so you'll have 18 3 double crochets together and you'll have 2 chain 2s. Right, so it's going to look like that. So it's going to be a little bit flobbly, but because we're going to be working over those, well, you'll see. it'll all be fine. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Alright, so what I'm aiming for with the corners is that, or what I'm aiming for with the border is that it's not completely square, that it has some sort of, so it kind of follows those sort of curvy lines that you find elsewhere in the pattern. So I'm hoping that the corners will kind of like flare out a little bit, not wavy, just that they, well, anyway, you'll see. Okay, that's if all goes according to plan. Okay, so you carry on with that. So you're going to do that into your next 3 corresponding places or spaces, and I shall see you at part number 7. Okay, so for part 7 of our border, we're going to go to our 4 sets of 3 trebles together. Those ones that we did there in the holy bits. Alright, so what we're going to do is, so this is our midway point, we're going to be working 2 popcorns into the 3 spaces between our 4 3 trebles together. So we're going to have 6 popcorns. Okay, so you're not going to work a chain 1 or anything between them, you're just going to work your 6 popcorns. The color that I've used here is Gouda. As I say, I'm kind of running out of colors now. So, and then into the next 6 spaces, so that is, the 3 spaces between our next 2 sets of 3 trebles together, we're going to work what we did kind of back in the corner there. We're going to work 3 trebles together times 2, 3 trebles together times 2, 3 trebles together times 2. Then we're going to chain 2 and we're going to repeat. So basically from here we're just going to mirror everything that we did down the other side, which is really just that. Okay, so, and then it's an independent round, so these are done separately. So your popcorns on that side will be done separately. And okay, the fun part with this is that you can use different colors, Alright, so you can do that. I don't really have to show you how to do that because it's really pretty straightforward. And you can work in all your ends or not, like me. We can be rebels and not work in our ends. Okay, so you're going to have 6 popcorns here, and you're going to have 3 sets of 2 times 3 trebles together. Okay, and the color is lilac and Gouda. So you go off and do that, and then you will do it again in the 3 corresponding sides, and I shall meet you back at part number 8. Okay, so let's have another squiz. So it's just going to kind of flop around like that, but as we go into our next rounds, we're going to pull it all together quite nicely. Okay, so see you soon. Okay, so we are on to part number 8 of our border, and we're going to begin in a rather odd place. We're going to work a chain 4 front post over our 3 treble together, but the leafy part. So if this is the leafy part, that's the petally part. Okay, so we're going to start there. We're just going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay, like that. So I'm just going to move my tail to the back again because otherwise it gets confusing. So we've done 3 chains, which is equal to 1 treble front post. So it's going to look like that. And then immediately you're going to work a single crochet front post over the top of your first 3 trebles together. Alright, from our part number 6. Then you're going to chain 2 and you're going to work a single crochet front post around the top of, now I've done a chain 2 there because of course I'm kind of counting on that little stretch again with the acrylic, but if you're working in cotton or your tension is very tight, I would suggest you do a chain 3 or even a chain 4, if you're crocheting quite tightly. Then we're going to yarn over twice and we're going to work a treble front post over our leaf. I'm just calling these leaves. Okay, then we're immediately going to work single crochet front post over the top of our next 3 trebles together. Then we're going to chain 2 or 3 or 4. We're going to single crochet front post over our next 3 trebles together. Okay, yarn over twice. We're going to work treble front post. So we did something similar, back, way back. And then we're going to single crochet front post, like that, chain 2, single crochet front post. Now we're going to yarn over twice and we're going to work 2 trebles together over our next 2 times 3 trebles together. So we're going to do that. Alright, and I'm doing a chain 1 to close there. Then we're going to do a single crochet front post chain 2. Oh my gosh, am I going right off camera? I'm so sorry. There we go. Okay, so we did our 2 trebles together, right, like that. Chain 2, going to work single crochet front post, yarn over twice, treble front post over our next leaf. Okay, single crochet front post, chain 2, single crochet front post, oopsie, yarn over twice, treble front post, single crochet front post, chain 2, single crochet front post, and then again we're going to do those 2 trebles together. So the 2 treble front posts, 2 treble front posts together. Okay, single crochet front post, chain 2, single crochet front post, yarn over twice, treble front post, single crochet front post, chain 2, single crochet front post, yarn over twice, treble front post over our leaf, single crochet front post. Well, you get what's going on here, right? Chain 2, single crochet front post, right, yarn over twice, and we're going to work that final treble front post. So you can just pull this over, you know, when you just, oopsie, just stretch it out like that. Treble front post, yarn over and work a double crochet front post over your very next double crochet front post, and then we're back to working our alternating back posts and front post stitches. Okay, double crochet front posts and double crochet back posts. Right, so it's going to look like that, right? Okay, so you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 treble front posts. You should have 2 treble front posts together. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 chain 2s, and you should have 18 single crochet front posts. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, yep, here we go. Right, so that is going to look like that. And now you're just going to continue all the way up until you get to just before your popcorns. So over here. So don't work that double crochet front post. If you just get to this point over here, you've kind of second last double crochet front post, and I will meet you there and show you how to go over this section over here. Okay, so see you there. Okay, so we're still on part number 8, So we've done our last double crochet. Let me get some yarn here. There we go. So we've done our last double crochet back post, and now we're going to do number 45 double crochet front post, like so. Okay, so you're going to have all that flopping around. So now yarn over, and you're going to work a double crochet front post over your first 3 trebles together, our little leaf there. Okay, and that was from part number 5. Okay, I think. No, not part number 5. Part number 4. There we go. Then we're going to work single crochet into the top of the popcorn, like that. Going to chain 2, single crochet into the top of the popcorn. Then we're going to yarn over and work a treble front post over our, oh, that was awkward. We're going to yarn over, work a treble front post over our next 3 treble together leaf. Going to work a single crochet into the top of the pop, chain 2, single crochet into the top of the next popcorn, yarn over, double crochet front post. So I did play around with treble front posts here, but I prefer the double crochet front posts. Okay, so you may want to just look at your tension, and you know, whether you working with unforgiving cotton, you know, that doesn't really have the stretch, and you may want to do a treble front post here if you feel that the double crochet front post is just pulling a little bit too tight. But this is absolutely perfect, like that. Okay, so it's not doing any sort of weird things. Now we're going to work 2 double crochet front posts together, like that. So it's similar to what we did with our corner. We're going to chain 1. Then we're going to work a single crochet. Okay, that's supposed to be a single crochet front post, right? Okay, we're just going to pretend it's a single crochet front post, like that. Come on. There we go. And we're going to chain 2. We're going to work a single crochet front post over our next 3 trebles together. Yarn over, work a double crochet front post. So again, I was kind of toying with the idea of doing treble front posts there, but in our next round, you know, I want them to pop out a little bit. So I don't want them to kind of get lost in the background. So we chain 2. We're going to work single crochet front post, yarn over, double crochet front post. Okay, single crochet front post, chain 2, single crochet front post, 2 double crochet front posts together, like so. Now we're kind of bringing everything into line. Single crochet front post, chain 2, single crochet front post. Okay, so you get the drift. How this is going to work. Double crochet front post over our next 3 double crochets together from part number 4, chain 2, single crochet front post, double crochet front post. Almost did a chain 1 there. single crochet front post, chain 2. So I'll stop in a moment and just kind of show you how this is all looking. And then we're going to do our single crochet front post around the last 3 trebles. We're going to work 2 double crochet front posts together like that, single crochet into the top, chain 2, so we single crochet into the top of our pops, single crochet into the top of the pops, yarn over, double crochet front post over our next 3 trebles together, chain 2, single crochet, double crochet front post, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet into our last popcorn, yarn over, double crochet. Oh, that tail. My fault for not working in my tails because I am a yarn rebel. Oh yes, that's my protest for the day. I am not sewing in tails. Then you're going to yarn over and immediately work a double crochet front post, double crochet back post, double crochet front post, double crochet back post. Okay, and now you're basically just going to mirror everything that we did before we did that central panel. Okay, all the way up to your corner, round your corner, all the way around. You're just going to repeat basically everything that we've just done. So now that's going to look like a bit of a train smash. We're just going to, oopsie, sorry about that. Well, you know, that was my noisy neighbour about to start up his noisy motorbike. But one thing that has happened is that he has sold his noisy truck. So I don't know if he's going to replace it with another noisy truck, but he sold his noisy truck. So now it's really only his noisy bicycle. I mean, bicycle, I wish it were just a bicycle. His noisy motorbike. I don't have a problem with motorbikes, but he has a really noisy one. Okay, so it's going to look like that. So don't worry if it kind of folds over a little bit like that. That's also because I've used smaller stitches than maybe it was required, but the point of the exercise is that when we work into the next round, your chain 2 will kind of, you know, this will come out and that will fall to the back. Okay, that's if my calculations are correct. So it's going to look like that, like that. I advise that you work in, weave in all your ends. And I shall see you at the end of this part, which is part number 8 of the border. So see you at part number 9. And I'm actually aiming for 10 parts. So if all goes well, we should just have 2 more rounds left. And then we really are at the final end point of Karoo Vintage. So see you in a moment. You can just have another squiz there. Okay. Okay, so when you finish part 8, which I haven't done yet, I haven't gone up. I've done only one side because otherwise it's going to take me forever to get the videos out there. But we are just going to take for granted that you come up this side and you're going to work a single crochet into the top of your first treble front post. Okay, now you can fasten off, or immediately you're going to be working a single crochet into your chain 2 space. You're going to work over both sets of chains like that. We're going to do a yarn over times 4 puff. Yes, we're back to puffs, my friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm kind of working over the tail there. Right. So sometimes I make these so tight and then I can't get 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So going to be like that. Then we're going to yarn over. We're going to work half double crochet front post over our treble front post. Then we're going to work 2 puffs, yarn over times 4 each time. Okay. And another one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're working over the chain 2 space and the joining space. So the chain 2 space between the single crochets and the joining space. And the joining space between our 3 trebles. 2 times 3 trebles together. We're going to work half double crochet front post. Then yarn over, and now we're just going to carry on like that. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we're going to work over our 2 times treble front posts. Alright, work together like that. So we're just going to work that half double crochet front post. 1 over those 2, 3, 4. So it's basically 2 puffs, half double crochet front post, 2 puffs, half double crochet front posts. So I will probably spend next week busy updating the pattern page and trying to put down some specifics on yarn, how much yarn I've used. Okay, so you can always just check back on the Ravelry pattern page for the Karoo Vintage to have a look at the kind of specifications in the notes section. 3, 4. Okay. Yarn over half double crochet front post. 1, 2, 3, 4, and again 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're working. Okay, so it's going to look like so. Right, so you've started the new round with puffs, okay, after you worked a single crochet or a slip stitch, I beg your pardon, into the top of your beginning chain 4. That was that treble front post. 2, 3, 4, and again 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Oh, the blanket is really heavy. So moving it up and over so you can get around there. Yarn over, working a half double crochet front post. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, half double crochet front post, our last 2 times, yarn over times 4 puffs. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. We seem to make that second one tight. Right, now, so now this is the way you're kind of going to end as well. But I'll show you that when this round is complete. So what you're going to do is you're going to work a double crochet front post around the treble that treble front post, that last one that we did over there. Okay, so there's the double crochet, there's the treble front post over our 3 trebles together. We've worked a double crochet and we're working 2 double crochets together. So we're working 2 double crochets together like that. Okay, right, so you're going to be working not a half double crochet front post over the last treble front post, but a double crochet and then a double crochet front post over the next double crochet front post. You're working those 2 together like that. Okay, and then we're just going to go back to the same alternating stitches as we did in our previous rounds in this section over here. So just pulling up yarn like that. So you're going to go all the way until you get to that last double crochet front post again. Okay, and then you're going to wait for me there and I will show you how to work over our other independent part like that, our part number 8. Okay, so you're just going to carry on like that and I shall see you just a little bit further on. Okay, so we've reached our number 45 double crochet front post like that. So we've done our double crochet back post, front post, back post, front post, and here we are at a double crochet front post, right? So now what we're going to do is we are going to chain 1. Oh no, sorry, we're not going to chain 1. We're not going to chain 1 at the beginning. We are just going to yarn over and we're going to work 1 puff, yarn over times 4, 2, 3, 4, between the joining space of our popcorn and our chain 2. Then you're going to chain 2 and you're going to yarn over and kind of scoot all the way over to the space between our next 2 popcorns. So we're working into the joining space and also over the chain 2 like that. Then we're going to chain 2 like so. And we're going to scoot over, so we're also working, you know, we're just going straight over those front post stitches, okay, and we're working between the next 2 popcorns, yarn over times 4, can't remember if I did a 3 or 4 now, so you can do yarn over times 3 or 4, it doesn't really matter, okay, then we're going to chain 2, and we're going to do exactly the same between our 2 times 3 trebles together. So you're probably wondering what the heck I'm going to do, but the final round we will be working over those chain 2s. 3, 4, so we're just doing that. Chain 2. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Going to like pop out a little bit like that, which is fine. Just going to work between our 2 times 3 trebles. We're just doing 1 yarn over times 4 puff, and we're going to do our chain 2 after our closing chain. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think maybe I didn't do that. Closing chain, chain 2. Maybe why it's pulled a little bit tight there. So I may go back and do that. Yarn over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Chain 1 to close. Chain 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're jumping over all our front post stitches. Okay, like that. 1, 2, and we are back to working yarn over times 4 puff between our next 2 popcorns. So let me just do that. So it's going to look like that. It can look a bit odd. Okay, and then going to chain 2, yarn over, going to work 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2. And we're going to scoosh on all the way over 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, and now we're not going to work a chain 1. We're just going to yarn over and immediately work a double crochet front post, double crochet back post, and we're back to working our side. So we're just going to mirror that side that we did of these alternating double crochet front posts and double crochet back posts, like so. Okay, and then when you get to your corner, you know, you'll just repeat everything that we did. Right, so it's going to look a bit weird, so it's going to look a bit sort of flobby like that. Okay, but we're going to take care of that in our final round. So our final part. So our final part is going to be part 10, and I shall see you at part 10. So we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 puffs, single puffs, yarn over times 4. Okay, chain 1 to close, and then we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 chain 2s. Right, so it's going to look like so. Okay, a little bit wobbly, but that's fine. Okay, so I'm going to see you at the beginning of our next part, part number 10, which is the final part. Okay, so as you can see, our very, very, very final round is just row of single crochets. Alright, and now what I've done is I've started, so we have 9 sets of puffs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're going to work, so we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, so that is our center. So you can start anywhere. You can start in the middle, or you can start on the right hand side of those 2 puffs. I'm going to start in the center because it's kind of a good place to start. Right, so I'm just ending off this crochet along, this mystery along, with row of single crochets, because if you want to extend it further, you might want to add a row of puffs or another row of single crochets, but I actually just wanted to end it off in a very kind of simple way, because it is actually a simple pattern. You know, I've just used very simple stitches but done all sorts of things with them. So I didn't want to let the border kind of overshadow everything else, and it's why I kind of settled on single crochets. Well, I'm probably going to regret it because there are going to be a gabillion single crochets. So you're working single crochets between your puffs, 2 single crochets, and you're working them also 2 single crochets, you're working them either side like that of the front post stitches. Okay, so now it's going to look like that. Okay, so I want those little bits to stand out as little hearts. And now we're going to work a single crochet into our very next stitch. So we're going to kind of skip that we're going to skip our 2 double crochets together. Okay, we're just going to pretend they're not there, and we're going to work a single crochet into our first double crochet back post, double crochet front post, double crochet back post, like that. So we're just going to be working our single crochets like that into every stitch, right up until we get to our last double crochet front post on the side, before we get to that fancy bit in the middle. Okay, so I'm just going to leave you there, and I shall see you on the other side. Okay, so we've worked our last single crochet into the double crochet front post like that, and then you'll see there's kind of a little space before the next puff, and we're going to work 2 single crochets into that space. Then we're going to work 2 single crochets into this space too. So we're basically working 2 single crochets after our next puff. Then we're going to work a single crochet front post over our front post stitch. Then we're going to work another 2 single crochets. I'm going to skip over our puff, work 2 single crochets. Okay, we're going to work a single crochet front post over our next front post stitch, the double crochet front post. We're going to work 2 single crochets. We're going to skip over our puff, work 2 single crochets. Okay, then we're going to scoop up these 2 double crochet front posts together, and we're going to work, whoops, a single crochet front post. Then we're going to do what we did before. We're going to work 2 single crochets. We're going to skip over our puff. We're going to work 2 single crochets. Then we're going to work a single crochet front post over our front post stitch. We're going to work 2 single crochets. We're going to skip over our puff, and we're going to work 2 single crochets. We're going to work a single crochet front post. Okay, like so. Then 2 single crochets. Now if you feel it's a little bit too tight, you can do 3 single crochets. Okay, then we're going to do a single crochet front post, 2 single crochets. Hello neighbor. I heard him coming. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, we all know you're here. Oh, he needs a wife, I think. She'll certainly sort him out. Okay, and then 2 single crochets, 2 single crochets. Just make sure that I did 2 single crochets. Yes. 1 single crochet front post over our front post stitch, 2 single crochets, skip over. So it's a bit, this is quite a labor intensive round, as you can see. Then we're going to grab our 2 double crochets, front posts work together. So we're going to do a single crochet front post over that, and then 2 single crochets, 2 single crochets, single crochet front post, 2 single crochets into our chain space, skip over our puff. Okay, single crochet front post, 2 2 single crochets, 2 single crochets, 2 single crochets, 2 single crochets, and then we're back. Here's our, we're just going to skip. Oh no, we're not going to skip. There's our first double crochet front post. There we go. Okay, and off we go again with our single crochets. Right, so you're just going to kind of work everything that we've done. Just going to mirror that. Going to go all the way around, and when you get to your very first, so now that's going to look like that. So these should kind of pop out, but obviously when you whoopsie, once you've blocked everything, so at the moment, there we go. Okay, so you know, here I am with acrylic. Why I love acrylic to work blankets, because you can just do that. So as I say, if you feel it's maybe curling a little bit and you don't really like that, you can use 3 single crochets into your chain spaces, okay? But again, I take into consideration the acrylic, and I know that from experience, I've seen it with a Munzie and a few other blankets that I've done, that they kind of, if you have so my point is that I kind of understitch rather than overstitch, because then it tends to pull like quite out of, not shape, but it becomes like very, very holy. So that, you know, I've just kind of stretched out my acrylic. I haven't even blocked it, I've just done that, and it's already lying nice and flat, and that's how it should be. Okay, so you can do a second row of single crochets if you want to, but this is where I'm going to finish. So you know, you can, I mean, it's completely up to you if you want to kind of carry on with this shape and maybe do a row of puffs or something like that, but I'm quite happy to finish off here. Maybe one day when I'm really, really bored, I may do a second row of single crochets, but for the time being, I'm quite happy with the way that's worked out. Okay, so you're just going to carry on, do everything that we've done. When you get to this point over here, you are just going to slip stitch into your beginning single crochet and fasten off. And now if you're feeling very, very adventurous, you can also work into the top of that middle, the middle 2 puffs, because that's the middle, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, so that's the middle one. You can work a you can make a I'm thinking of one of our admins now, Nolene. I think that's what she's going to do. You can do a nice, beautiful, fancy tassel. So I think over on the group, a couple of people had done the very fancy tassel for a Munzie. They didn't do the very simple ones that I did. And we did post up the tutorials for that, but if that's what you want to do, then, you know, please ask for it and we'll post up the tutorial again for the fancy tassel. But you know, and of course you don't have to do a tassel. I'm going to kind of leave the very, very sort of end up to you, because some of you, I know from past experiences with my other blankets, have gone on to add more rounds or done all sorts of other things. So that's why I thought I would just end off with single crochet, so it's easy to carry on if you want to do something else a bit more fancy. I mean, you can also do shells around the edge, you know, around the edges to finish it off, but I just like the very plain ending like that, very simple. Okay, so that is the end. I will still do another video and I'll show you the whole kind of finished piece, but now I have a lot of work to do to go finish off my blanket. So this is kind of officially the end of Karoo Vintage. So I hope I didn't drive you too mad. And I'll see you in the group. So let's have some feedback. And you know, I don't think I'm going to be doing any other projects for the next month or two. I'll kind of be a lot more active on our group and answering questions and helping people and putting together colorways and putting together yardage and, you know, all kinds of things. And also I need to finish writing up my blog post for this entire because I think I've not really had the time to do that as well, but I'm going to do a lot of catch up. So alright, so see you in the group. So please, if you haven't joined our group, please join our group. It's the Hooks and Tails Pattern Workshop group, and it's a really fun group and lovely ladies, and people are extremely supportive and a lot of fun. So I hope to see you there. Okay, well, adios.